DowntownBeats.com.
Got this beat today.
What's up? I am up north in Michigan. That's where everybody kind of drives north, where there's nothing but to get away. And wife, patron, and family are all up there doing whatever they do. But I want to talk to you for a second. I want to talk about small business really sucks. It consumes your life and all of your free time, and it makes you feel like you're stuck in a trap, like almost like a job. But now it's you own the job and you own this business, and it's not all negative, but hear me out. The reason is because if you mess something up or miss something, or an employee misses something, you got to go back and fix that for that customer, and you ain't getting paid. You got to fix it. And sometimes when you do that, well, most of the time it pushes other things back, and now you got more shit jumping on your plate, and then it crams right over and overflows into your personal life. I hear these business gurus all the time talk about how, you know, you got to have hours of operation, and you got to separate business and personal, and you gotta. But every time I go to implement what I've read and all these hundreds of books and everything, they ain't talking about the shit. Every single business book is not talking about what I'm going through in my business. I can't believe this. What about when you go to stick the key in the lock and you're in a hurry and you're already running late because you were kept up till 3 o'clock in the morning, or so insane family thing that jumped on you, and you couldn't be like, you know, no brother, I don't want, you know, I'm going to let you sit there and jump off of a bridge drunk, wasted, and beat up grandma, and I don't even know what I'm saying, but some things keep you up at night. And hopefully you can, you know, eliminate that stuff out of your life. But what I'm saying is, oh yeah, I also want to talk about how you have to be like, in a way you have to be a selfish person to become successful. I don't see anybody that I know that's really successful that's not selfish with their time and cutting people out, even people that they love that bring drama and negativity. But so now you're in the morning, you're rushing, you're tired, you sleep in 3 hours, you stick the key in the lock, the key breaks off. Damn it, now you're trying to pick the lock, right? And then now you're rushing even more, so you get to the job site and you open it, and all your stuff is like all over the place and unorganized, or there isn't gas or oil or whatever it may be that you need because you worked until dark last night and you finished in the dark, and you worked till dark the night before, and the reason you worked for dark is because your gosh damn employee didn't show up on time because he called in sick, because maybe he was out partying or something, or maybe he had something happen, or she had something, and then every single thing that happens causes this domino effect that falls right on you, right on the turd is on your plate. And I hear my buddy Eric Reno say, put the turd on another man's plate. That's how you do it. Well, only if you're taking on projects that are very healthy and profit, that you can afford to put the turd on other people's plates. Because why the hell do small business owners always have the turd falling on their plate, eating up their time and dragging them through the mud? Because of money. It's so simple and blatantly obvious. If you can get, you know, X amount, $150 an hour all the time for everything you're doing, of course you would have like a top paid guy who's your right hand man who handles all that shit while he has the guys underneath him, and while you're just selling jobs. Of course, if there was the money in the projects, and there is money in the projects depending on what you're doing, but if you're doing very low level stuff that anybody can do, it's very low barrier to entry, anybody can do it, you know, if they just take some initiative, well, you're not really going to get top dollar for that stuff unless you've really distinguished yourself as a top-notch company with very specific marketing and a very tight bond with your clientele, and you serve a very upper, you know, you've worked yourself into a very tight strategic position where you can get top dollar, and it sometimes could take years to get to that point by dissolving the bottom as you expand the top over and over and over and learning the stuff. Dude, I've lost 80, I don't know exact numbers, 80% of my entire clientele from my first few years in business, gone. As I kept raising the prices, little by little by little, they kept dropping off, and sure, I was making decent money, but literally not, I'm not exaggerating, 80, 90 hours a week. My thing was 7 days a week, period. Even if I'm just going out and selling jobs on Sunday, I got to work 7 days a week. And you get to a point, no matter where you're at in your business, if you're new, you can do it, more power to you. But you eventually get to a point, and that's what it takes to get it off the ground, but you get to a point where you are so mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually exhausted to the bone, you've You've really hurt and damaged the relationships of the people that you love around you. You don't have any friends anymore. Your wife's standing in the driveway crying, saying, "I'm packing my shit if you don't stop working less." But I'm trying to pay for all this and move our lives forward, dude. What am I supposed to do? I'm only one person. Like, you could freak out. I've punched my steering wheel and screamed like a maniac. Want to just swerve in traffic. You got to control yourself. You know, I never swerved in traffic. But all I'm saying is that, you know, systems. You got to have systems and protocols. And developing a system means, you know, what do you do when you get off work at the end of a 14-hour day and you're exhausted? You say, "No, family, I'm still not going to spend time with you. I'm going to sit down and write down these systems and protocols that when you get out of the truck, you take a step like this, A, B, C, fill out this form." Like, all these things that, I'm sorry, I haven't done. I do have some systems in my business as far as software, money management, marketing, things like that. But the physical modality of doing it, haven't got to that point. Just got too many turds on my plate. And every time I've went to grow my business, we've got to the point a couple times where we've had 2 crews out working and I was just out selling jobs. That was pretty cool. Only when I've had the right guys, when they were in a peak moment in their lives where they were really gung-ho. And I do believe you got to be totally passionate and obsessed with your business in order to make that happen. And literally that company vision and all that stuff, part of a team. And if you don't have that, or you're run down or exhausted in your business and you're just sick of it, just, you know, not sick, not that you don't, I mean, I'm sure there's so much gratitude to have, right? Because I have a small business, I'm able to sit out here right now. And because of you have a small business, if you don't already, you'll be able to have, you know, enough money to pay all your bills and all those things and be able to actually take a vacation. But if you're just exhausted of the bullshit, being in the middle of all the bullshit and at the front lines and just, you know, like Mel Gibson, that's what, when you make money. But when you're just, dude, you're sick of it, how do you expect the people that work for you to be totally gung-ho when you're not anymore, you know? I think I've come to that point, and I think all small business owners do, probably at the same mark that I'm at. I don't think I'm special and you're not special. I just like to talk about this stuff because I don't hear other people talking about it. But one thing I have realized, you get so caught in this grip where you need to get away. Even if you feel like you can't afford to, I'm seeing the value now. Even Eben Pagan is one of these gurus I look up to. Says, take time to get away, because then you are able to see the forest for the trees. And that doesn't negate the fact that you got to go back there and just work your ass off. But I worked my ass off, and I work my ass off physically and mentally and emotionally to the point where I feel like a skeleton, dude. I feel unfulfilled and miserable. And then you get to the point one day, I don't know, maybe you check your bank account and there's some amount of money in there you never thought you'd be able to have, or you get a knot of hundreds like that, or like that, whatever it is to you, and you finally get that fat stack of whatever that is, and you go like, dude, this is empty, this is shit, this is, you know, because you're trading time for money, right? That whole Maslow's hierarchy of needs thing is amazing. It's so true. In the beginning, you're like, if I could just survive, I would be happy. If I could only survive, I'd be happy. And then you get to that point, you know, you want to change the world and shit. I'm going to fly the drone, man. Been flying it a lot. I never get to fly it. I'll show you some footage. Drone time, baby. Alright, cool. Let me know. Stay in touch with me via email. Click the link in the description below. I know that sounds cheesy as shit, but I'm serious. Click the link in the description below. Go to the page, because I got to stay in touch with you outside of YouTube, man. Hit me on other social medias. I like to Snapchat a lot. I have a lot of fun on there. Come hang out with me on Snapchat and all the social media networks. That's what I'm speaking about on stage at UAM CC in Charlotte, North Carolina, September 22nd. The Washington, D.C. thing was amazing. I got to speak there. This has created a lot of opportunities, this whole YouTube thing. And I just love doing it. I love being me, and I love speaking what I feel. And it's turned into this cool thing. Alright, cool. Peace.